Okay, so we are just here with Goose. Goose is a 1.5-year-old Dachshund. He is with us here for day training, and what we're getting him introduced here for our first session is just some basic concepts with leash pressure and how to respond to a leash around his neck. He is used to walking with a harness on, although the harness they arrived with he can easily slip out of. And given he's quite a fearful dog, we want to make sure that he's not able to slip out of the equipment that we're using, and that the equipment we're using provides him with the best direction and the best communication possible. So we opted for a slip leash. So in this video, I'm introducing him to the slip leash and to the concept of pressure and release. You'll see here, I'm walking up and down the driveway, taking 180-degree turns with Goose. As Goose goes out on the line, I stop and I apply pressure in the opposite direction, and I continue to apply that pressure until the moment Goose comes towards me. Once Goose comes towards me, I'm going to mark that with a good marker to mark the moment he comes towards me, and then I'm going to reward him once he makes it all the way to me, if he will take that food. So again, I'm walking back and forth up and down the driveway, and as Goose starts to wander ahead of me and wanders towards the end of that leash, I'm going to change directions and apply steady pressure in the opposite direction. I would like Goose to respond to this pressure by hitting the end of that leash and immediately turning back towards me. And you can tell we're really being gentle with that leash. We're just giving just enough pressure to guide him towards us. When we take these turns and apply that pressure, we try not to move the dog's feet from underneath of them, and we want the dog to willingly move their feet in our direction. This process is called escaping the pressure. So Goose is learning when he hits the end of that leash and feels that tension, the way to shut it off is to turn back towards me. As we progress through this exercise, we will see him begin to avoid the leash pressure, just like that. So when I take a turn, he's now, instead of going all the way out to the end of the leash, he's following my direction and turning with me a little bit more reliably. We want to continue to do this until every single turn he is avoiding that leash pressure and following me 100% of the time. When we do take a turn and I don't need to apply that leash pressure, I'm marking with good and rewarding. Good. As we continue this exercise, we should see Goose beginning to avoid that leash pressure more and more reliably. So he should be turning as I turn. When he hits the end of that leash, I'm going to pop the leash towards me and turn him in my direction and continue walking. Now you can see Goose is reliably avoiding that leash pressure, reliably turning with me and following my direction. And he's far more engaged with me, far more in tune and far more active with me in this exercise. And that's great to see.